Hey, this is Greg from Avid. We are here at NAMM 2020. There's our booth right back there. We're over here in the North Hall. It's been a great time, day one. We are here with the amazing, amazing Jett Galindo. Jett, you just got off stage a couple of minutes ago. I just saw a couple of people bowing down to you for all of your mastering help.
I shouldn't be. I should be bowing to that guy.
Well, you were bowing to him.
Yeah, we're like on a bow.
It was a total contest.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
We have been wanting to do something, presenting something having to do with mastering for all of our great customers and users and people who are just trying to make great music. And, mastering tends to be this kind of magic, right? That people can't really quite wrap their heads around, and people think that, you shouldn't wrap your heads around it, have the experts do it, which I do agree that we should. But at the same time, you are somebody who's very giving of your knowledge, and you want people to be able to make some really great decisions. Tell me a little bit about that, in your mind, like why is that?
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people like calling mastering as like the dark arts, but for me, mastering, my work as a mastering engineer actually gets easier when everyone involved in the whole music production chain becomes more educated with what we do. And even if mixers, independent producers, songwriters get into the whole process of mastering their own music, at the end of the day, us mastering engineers, there is going to be always a virtue to working and collaborating with engineers who are experienced and working within the paradigm of critical adjustments in like really small increments and in an acoustically treated room. The virtue of mastering studios and mastering engineers are crucial. There's a reason why we exist. There's a reason why Al Schmidt, who is a good friend of ours, comes to us for mastering. But at the end of the day, I really I encourage engineers, independent musicians to really explore that because it just makes their music better as well. And the more they are informed with the world of mastering, the easier the whole entire communication is. And and there are more tools out there, more plugins, and even features built inside Pro Tools that make it easier for non-mastering engineers to explore this world. So, yeah, it's not about just keeping the gates closed,
I love that, and I know everybody really appreciates that. You're going to be with us over the course of the next few days, which we'll talk about. So, the first one out, you've got several different sessions, several different genres you're kind of talking through. Tell us a little bit about what you did today here on stage.
It's good you asked that because I especially organized my mastering demos so that each day focuses on a different genre. Because although mastering is the same discipline, whichever music it is, there are certain techniques that are more common in one genre and others. And today I worked on a rock record, and somehow a lot of people tend to think that with rock music you just have to like push on all the processing, like push it to 11 and add compressors, tape emulators, stereo imaging. But it was during this demo that I showed the audience, and they were very receptive. It was fun doing it with them. Like some listening A/B between the unmastered and the master version, and the difference is staggering by just using EQ and limiting. And it goes to show that by exercising restraint and minimalism, you actually give the music a chance to really breathe. So that was a great process. Tomorrow it's going to be acoustic singer-songwriter. On Saturday it's going to be hip-hop and R&B, so I'm excited.
So basically what you're doing is not just, you're not just teaching us about mastering, you're teaching us about life. That's amazing. And don't forget Sunday, we've got a really amazing panel with some of the other staff from the bakery. So I have to say that I met you in November when we did the event at Capitol Studios, and I just thought you were an amazing human being. I still think that. And then I got to meet some of the bakery staff yesterday, I think it was, or I can't remember, yesterday or the day before. And let me tell you something, you guys are so incredibly amazing and cool. So you put everything you've got into your work, and we cannot wait for that panel on Sunday. Make sure you check the schedule. It's going to be amazing. What else is it? How did you get into mastering?
As kids, no one ever dreams that they want to be a mastering engineer. For me, I just wanted to work in music, live and breathe music, and that's really the only thing that I really love in a way that I'm just gonna go just do my 110% in everything I do related to music. And mastering is just a path that I eventually brought myself into when back in the Philippines, all engineers in the Philippines were expected to do everything on their own. So my mentor taught me how to properly master using Wavelab. Wavelab was the very first mastering DAW that I used, but that led me to be more experienced in mastering when I got into Berklee College of Music, and I became really good friends with Jonathan Weiner, who is just an amazing mastering engineer. And eventually, it's through word of mouth and through connections that Jonathan Weiner recommended me to become the right-hand woman of Doug Sax. The Doug Sax, who's the grandfather of mastering, as many people call him, because Doug Sax opened the mastering lab in 1967, and it was in operation until 2015 when Doug Sax died. And it was an honor to just learn the ropes and learn the intricacies and the restraint that goes into the discipline of mastering from the master himself. And through that, I also learned how to cut vinyl, and it's just a rare experience that I can't stop being grateful for, and I'm grateful every day. And I try to apply that gratitude to all the projects that I do, especially independent musicians, where you can hear the love in the music. So I'm really excited to just be doing more.
Well, you really do bring that out. So there's one question I want to ask you, but I'm going to save it as my last question.
Yeah.
So, talking, you really have a rich legacy. Before you've really had some really great, some great mentorship and all that. But just know that we are so excited to see your star rise, and we couldn't be happier. You've been working on some really amazing projects. I am going to ask you, however, you don't have to give names. Have you ever had to send a project back to be reworked a little bit before you worked on the master? You don't have to say, don't give names, but have you ever?
Yes, and that's just part of the process as a mastering engineer. And sometimes, in order to keep the order of things healthy, we go straight to the mixer if there's a problem, and the mixer coordinates with us rather than worry the artist and the record label. Having a good relationship with the mixer makes a whole lot of difference. So anytime we have to send something back, it's out of respect, and it's something that we apply and learn through our Doug Sax teaching. So, yeah.
Well, we are life lessons with Jett Galindo. No, Jett, thank you so much. I know we don't want to keep you too long because you got to rest. You're going to be here with us for the next few days, so we really appreciate it. And you've got other stuff going on as well.
Yes, but the 5 o'clock today is going to be the last, and then just rest for tonight, and then more tomorrow.
All right. Well, again, Jett, thank you so much. We cannot wait to have you back on stage tomorrow. Tune in. There's a lot going on. So, Jett, thank you. Thank you guys and girls out there, and we'll see you soon.